the stream and, you know, starting the stream without. I think I started the stream. Oh wait, why did I do that? I didn't need. Like, I can't hear out of these headphones anyway. I don't know why I reset the sound thing to make it so that I could hear out of them. Because I can't. I genuinely cannot. And plus, also, I believe in Patcher, I don't even need to do that. Because in Patcher, you can go into the music, you can change the fucking sound device right here. I don't know why I do that. I shouldn't do that. Or I It's not like I really shouldn't, as in like, oh, it's a bad thing for me to do that. It's more like I just not needed to do that. And I shouldn't have done it anyway, realistically. But anyway, whatever. Hey guys, I'm Makash, and welcome back to a bit of mining. Uh, Out of curiosity, how is the stream keeping up? It is. There we go. Mining week 2. Let me like my own stream real quick. I didn't stream yesterday, mainly because I had like pretty much a full day of uni, and there was a mining fiesta in the afternoon. So I basically did that until 2:30 a.m. Well, more like 2 a.m. No, it was around like 2:30 a.m. So yeah, I basically did the mining fiesta until 2:30 a.m. I feel like I wasn't as efficient as I could have been though, which is quite unfortunate. Like, I feel like I didn't gain as much mining XP as I could have. I mean, out of curiosity, how much money do I have? How much fucking I don't even have as much enchanted mithril as I feel like I should have. But you know what? It is what it is, man. You can only do as much as you've already done. I guess. I don't know what the fuck that. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Also, why did I get a notification on my phone? What is going on here? Oh, it's just Twitch notifying me that I'm streaming. Like, yes, Twitch. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that I'm streaming. I mean, I guess that is kind of nice to get an acknowledgement. The stream is actually working. The stream actually is existing. That's good to know. So, hell yeah. I mean, I'm streaming at a pretty early time now that I think about it. I'm streaming at like 1 p.m. for me, which, you know, as like midday, but usually I stream at night. Or, you know, I usually stream after I've had dinner, sort of thing, so around like 6 p.m. at the earliest, and then like 7 or 8 usually, really. So I'm streaming like a few hours earlier than I usually am, so I'm uh my you know the usual people that come to stream are probably, I mean, it also is a Wednesday. Um you know, people at work or at school. Whereas actually Wednesday's a nice one for me, to be honest. Wednesday's a nice one because basically um I don't have any lectures today, which is very nice. I had a lot of lectures yesterday, though, so I guess that kind of balances it out. Um, but yeah, have you got a netherwort pouch? I think I do on my island. I think I do, I don't know. I'm not going to go and get it for you, though. But, I don't know, it's mainly when people ask, uh, I don't know, a lot of fucking PTSD from a lot of people asking me for things. It's always funny to see people with the same or higher net worth as me with half the progression because they have billions of cosmetics. That's interesting. This guy's called I am okay at this game. It'd be interesting. Alright. Wait, did I already... I think I already prepared that mithril vein. Rip. I also need to refuel my drill soon. I'll prepare, actually. There we go. So now I should be able to refuel that at any point. When is the next mining fiesta? We've had the mining fiestas, Kevin. We've had them. Both of them. So the next mining fiesta will be when either Cole is elected again with a mining fiesta, or when Foxy is elected with a mining fiesta. So, yeah, no more left in the calendar, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I miss them, rip. Yeah, it's pain, man. It's pain. I mean, the fiestas were at a pretty good time for me. Like, they were at really, like, the first fiesta was perfect timing for me. The second fiesta was like alright timing, but usually you don't get, or usually I haven't been able to, like, I don't think I've had a time where I've been able to participate in both mining fiestas fully. I don't I don't remember the last time that has been the case. I don't think that has ever. I don't know. Diana next. Oh, actually, no. When I think back when the mining fiesta was one event and it was one 10-hour event. Um, I think I may have been able to participate through an entire one of them. Maybe. Not entirely sure though, but those were interesting times. Remember when mining fiestas were 10 hours long? Those were fun times. Out of curiosity, yeah, the fucking refined minerals are in the bin, which is unfortunate because they just don't have, like, they don't have any uses besides that one talisman and that one armor set. So it's 9 for the talisman and 24 for the armor set. So it's like 33, yeah. It's only 33 minerals per person for everything that they can use minerals for. 33 gets you maxed. And considering that in that one event that I participated about 2 or 3 hours in, I got about 2 stacks. That's enough to fully max almost 4 people, I think. Or maybe it is 4 people. Like, they need to add more uses for minerals. Or lower their drop rates or something. If they want to increase the prices of minerals. Because they will just keep going lower and lower and lower. Unless they change anything like that. Unless they probably... Maybe they just don't see that as an issue. Maybe it's not an issue. You never know. You never know. But at its current state, minerals will keep dropping in value because there's just way too many for their, like, you know, there's not enough uses for them and the supply is very high. I've been watching a lot of economic videos. I'm thinking about like supply and demand. I'm thinking about fucking I've been watching way too many goddamn economic explain videos. Inflation, deflation, fucking economic word number fucking 53 or something. How much does it cost because I need it for only one time? Well, I mean, once you get it realistically, like sacks, oh yeah, netherwort pouches, they cost like once you get them, you can just, like, once you have it, then you have it forever, which is an unfortunate thing. You can't really, no one's loaning them out, which could be a good business model, but then again, skyblock players aren't necessarily the most trustworthy individuals. Like, they will steal your shit. So you probably can't make a good business out of loaning them. See, I told you, I've been watching way too many fucking economic explain videos. Now I'm thinking of fucking businesses in hypixel skyblock. I mean, actually, if you think about it, there was a... Because the thing is with as I said, watching way too many goddamn economic explain videos. You know, there's no infrastructure in Sky... Or there's no player-made infrastructure in skyblock that I can think of. Like, you know, there's nothing that as a collective players can really do. Like, as a collective players have guilds, but there's no infrastructure that you can really make. Like, comparatively to EVE Online, which economic explains goes through, like, they have, or they make ships and they have like insurance on ships, like their guilds or groups or whatever. they have like insurance on ships, and they have like GD fucking Ps, and they have imports and exports. Like, what the fuck? And Skyblock does have an economy, in a way. Well, not in a way. It does have an economy, but it doesn't have anything resembling a government, which is good. Fuck. Maybe governments are bad. Maybe governments. I don't know. But I'm not saying governments are good or anything. But wait, can a non-government entity have a GDP? Wait, no, governments don't have a GDP in itself, right? It's the countries. I don't even know, man. Anyway, what was it? Diana next. So term about to drop. Yeah, Terminators. What was it? The Griffin Feathers. Griffin Feathers have already dropped actually. Griffin Feathers like have gone from 500 and some. What was it? 500k to around 200k. And now they're 300k. So I saw them drop to 200k, and now they're hovering around 300. And they seem about like, hold on. Yeah, that seems like a decent margin as well. Like, that seems like a strong price for them. Usually when items in the bazaar have a really high margin, that generally means that there's a very low volume for that product, and therefore you can't get much out of your buy orders and sell offers. Like, it'll take ages for any of them to go through because the volume just isn't there, and that's why you'll see a very high margin between the sell offer and buy order price. Why am I? I've been watching way too. As I said, I'm fucking watching way too many goddamn economic explain. I'm fucking becoming economist. I'm becoming skyblock economist. Can I calculate the GDP of skyblock? I have a problem. I have a problem, and it's now economics. Why? Why am I becoming an economist? I mean, I'm not, but funny meme. But anyway, I'm kind of closing in on 2 billion mining XP overflow, which is quite cool. I'm 80 million mining XP away, which is less mining XP than you think. It's 80 million. It's only like maybe a few hours away, potentially. Then again, everything's only a few hours away. Well, actually, no. A few things are more than a few hours, especially in Skyblock. But yeah, I really like the EVE Online comparisons with in Economic Explained, because it's so interesting, man. Because like it sounds like it's like a collective of individuals that are like contributing together to make a megastructure. A megastructure is always an interesting one because instead of one individual being able to do it, it's like, oh, this takes like the grinding effort. This is like 10 or 20 people grinding for a Hyperion to make something like a mega Hyperion or something. That's kind of an interesting concept, and not something that you see in Skyblock, where things take a while to grind towards, or some things take a while to grind towards and some others don't. Obviously depends on how, or like what sort of intended stage of the game it's at. Divins Drill Hyperion versus like fucking, I don't know, artisanal shortbow and Ender Armor maybe. But there's no like all those things are like individually obtainable, and people do. Divins Drill right here, fucking Hyperions all over the place, sort of thing. But there's no like one that you would have to have multiple people grinding towards for, which I think could be an interesting concept in Skyblock. Maybe this could be a thing for like guilds to do. Maybe you could have like maybe Skyblock guilds would actually have a purpose, and there could be I'm thinking I want to see mega projects in Skyblock. That would be kind of cool, right? What do you like? Surely mega projects in Skyblock would be kind of interesting, right? You'd have like multiple end game people in a guild grinding towards this thing that will like benefit them all. Why does that sound a bit like communist? Anyway, I'm just thinking like multiple people working together towards a common goal. I don't know, man. It sounds pretty communist to me. Wait, what's that meme like? Oh, hold on, what's the meme that was like, that sounds pretty communist or something? Oh, it sounds like communist propaganda, but okay, that's the meme. That's the meme. There we go. That's the meme. It's a good meme. Good meme. I think that meme died out though. But even still, I think mega projects would be a cool thing. I think infrastructure would also be a cool thing. Like it'd be a kind. I think it'd be kind of cool. I mean, I guess I guess that's kind of what the projects were. Those were kind of infrastructure, but those are very. Those are more like sponsored updates, really. Like those were updates sort of around the player base getting towards a certain milestone of things. And I mean, I'm all for the admins like changing the goalpost of a community project if it's like ridiculous or something and they just want to change it. But the thing is, I think with the community goalpost is they kind of just change it to a lot, a little bit too much. I think oftentimes they changed it like a few amounts, or they changed it quite a lot, I feel like. Or maybe they didn't, I don't know, but I remember the progress like changing a whole bunch on some of the community projects, and it feels a little bit kind of like it doesn't feel right when, because at that point it's like, well, is it really up to how much people grind, or is it really up to, whenever they want to make the thing? Which realistically, what they should do with community projects is, they should already have the update there beforehand, so that they're not promising something that they can't really deliver on in a while or something. I don't know. But then again, like if they've already made the thing, like what if it doesn't, get to the, well, it will eventually get there, I guess. I don't know. What if nobody wants it and nobody contributes to the goal? Interesting things, but I think I don't know, man. I'm thinking infrastructure. This is part of the Hoi 4 gaming coming into skyblock. Like, you can construct infrastructure in the country that you're you can construct infrastructure and also like civilian factories and military factories in Hoi 4. And there goes the infrastructure thing. But infrastructure would be kind of a cool thing. The thing is with like you could actually have infrastructure in the Crystal Hollows. You could do that, but you can't really. You kind of can, but you can't as well. Mainly because it'd be like making a bridge, but then that bridge being rapidly disassembled by a major environmental event. It'd be like making a bridge and then a tsunami destroys the bridge, but the tsunami is guaranteed to come every, say, like fucking day or whatever. Like the tsunami comes every day. That's what it would be like trying to make infrastructure in the Crystal Hollows. So, I don't know. Like you can technically make infrastructure in the Crystal Hollows, but you can't really. Like you technically can, but it doesn't really work. It'd be cool to have infrastructure in Skyblock though. I don't know, I think it'd be cool. I think it would be kind of epic, not gonna lie. Me went infrastructure. Because then like people could improve on it and shit. And it's always good when it's like sandboxy as well. Because if it's sandboxy, then you don't necessarily know what the maximal efficiency of a thing is. I guess that's one nice thing about like sandboxy type things. Kind of like Minecraft, well, like Minecraft. Is that you, like with farms, etc., you don't know what the most efficient farm, like you don't always know, okay, sometimes you may know, but you don't always know what the most efficient farm for a thing will be. But, people designing farms and like figuring that out is the fun part of farming, right? You know, designing the farm and enjoying the creation process is the fun part of Minecraft. And an overlooked part of vanilla that I don't think enough hypixel skyblock players look at. Like a lot of hypixel skyblock players will like dismiss vanilla because the base game doesn't have, you know, the things that skyblock does, which is immediate sort of obvious things to do. Like I think with most hypixel skyblock players, they just kind of do the most obvious thing that is like, you know, if an update is about the Nether update, they'll do combat instead of like they'll do combat, then they'll exhaust the combat content, and then they'll be like, well, there's nothing left. They said it was a combat update, and now there's no more combat things to do. I guess there's nothing else. It was a very shit update. Even if they added like a bunch of all this other content that they didn't even try, and you know the creativity. I'm just saying, man. Sometimes I'm disappointed in hypixel skyblock players, not including me, because I'm epic. I'm very cool. Obviously, I'm being joking there, but then again, I'm also saying that I am one of those who will be disappointed in an update without having a lack of trying. I mean, what updates have I been disappointed in hypixel skyblock? Oh, actually, no. I was gonna go on about a feature of copper. By the way, I was gonna go on a feature of copper in vanilla, and but I was gonna talk about something else. Hello, Honesty Fire. Jesus Christ, Makash doing some M7s as healer. DPS was non-existent. Nice, man. Well, I guess not nice, man. Party God MLG. Yeah, we need a healer that uses crown and boss. What do you mean? Honesty Fire was kicked from the party. I don't know, man. That's dungeons. That's dungeon stuff. You are talking to an individual who is Catacombs 27 and hasn't played dungeons in a year. So, I don't know, man. In short, Archer's supposed to do damage. If no damage, all die. That is a ripperoni. That's a ripperoni for the homie. Dude decided to blame healer. I see. Which is uses and only played for class experience. Yeah. That's an unfortunate thing. Like, healer isn't really... Like, healer isn't used at all. Like, all the... Like, you know, obviously with healer not being used as much, then all the stuff that rely, or, you know, is for the healer class, like jellyfish, pet, and I don't know, other things that healers use. Yeah, what are the things the healers even use anyway? I don't know. Imagine they made like fucking healer abilities. Actually, one thing as well. One thing that I think is kind of an interesting thing in Skyblock. What are the wands in the game? There's like the gyrokinetic wand or whatever. But like, if mage is a thing, then why do mages use swords? And here's my point in this, by the way. Hold on, I'm trying to remember the. What's the thing that fires bats? I can't remember. Oh, it's Spirit Scepter, isn't it? Yeah, this thing. Why is this a sword? This is a wand. Mages use this. Why is it called a sword? Like, why? It kind of, it's kind of the thing of, like, mages... Mage is a thing that they've put effort into. But it seems like... I don't know, maybe it's not as... I don't know, it's just like... That should be a staff. Realistically, it should be a staff. Also, all magic damage appears as non-crit damage. Like, when you look at when you deal damage as a mage, it deals it... well, I can't not crit, because... Actually, no, I can. I have 87 crit chance. But, you know, when you crit, you deal, like, the rainbow numbers. Or it's not really rainbow, it's, like, white, red, and orange, or whatever. And then when you don't crit, you do the grey damage. and then that's the same with mage. You always do the grey damage because you don't crit as a mage. But what there used to be was like there used to be red damage when you use the that pufferfish thing, the voodoo doll. That used to that did red damage, or like the damage it did was red, and that was supposed to be like magic damage. So why don't like those abilities, like the Spirit Scepter, which are clearly staffs and mage abilities, they should, you know, their color should be red. And on that note, things should have defense in skyblock. The only thing that mobs have is health. So like, you know, they're asking about like, oh, what health should we have on the mobs? Maybe mobs should have defense so their health doesn't go into like the billions and trillions. Because I think it would look a little bit ridiculous if everything had like trillions of health. If you're talking like very far in end game in the future, it'd be cool to have mobs with defense, and I actually would make Titan Killer a thing that, you know, they're adding like mobs with more health, but like no mobs with defense. And the thing is, the problem with they add mobs with defense, but then that's their only thing. Like the fucking Titan, what was it? The tank zombie is pretty much only defense, and it's a very small. It's like a non-issue in dungeons, really. Because like when you really think, oh, I need to upgrade, I need to have Titan Killer on my sword to make sure I deal with those tank zombies, man. I need to I need to get some Titan Killer on my weapons. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that they could do in Skyblock to I don't know. There's a lot of things that they could do, you know. I think also they're doing like fire damage and such as well, right? So what they could do is color different damages differently. So they're saying like, oh, there's fire damage, and they already do this with fire aspect. They made fire aspect damage orange and venomous damage green, which is a good step in the right direction. And I think they should do that with the upcoming fire damage. I believe they already do this actually in most cases. Now that I think about it, you know, they should. Like how mobs have a health display above their name, they should also have a defense display. You know, they should also display how much defense they should have, and they should, you know, they should also add defense to mobs. They should do that. I don't know, man. Also, sexy mining XP. I do have a lot of mining XP. I do have a large amount of that. I have been gaining a lot recently, tons of the XP. I was looking on like the website that tracks my skill XP, and one day I gained like I'm expecting to gain a lot today because I have basically the entire day to mine, which is quite nice. It's a free day. I can just mine as much as I want. Unfortunately, it's not during a fiesta, but that's fine because the fiestas I've had time to grind in anyway. But I'm expecting to gain a lot of mining XP yesterday, and what was it, during the fiesta day, I gained something like 60 million mining XP that day. It was mad, you know. It was mad. Bad streamer, not reading YouTube chat live. I'm not reading like any chat live. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for being a bad streamer, but like oftentimes I'll like want to go on a rant, or not rant. I think rant is not the best descriptor for what I'm doing, really. But you know, I'll want to talk about a thing a lot, and in doing that, I can't really read chat while I'm doing that because I'm talking about a thing instead. So, and then unfortunately when I'm doing that, the chat doesn't necessarily stop, of course. It just, like, you know, people aren't going to stop chatting when I'm talking, obviously. So, therefore, I kind of get backlogged in chat. And essentially, it do be unfortunate, but don't worry, I will read I do read all messages in chat. I'm not at the stage of where I can't do that, because I don't get enough messages to where you know, I physically can't read them all, which is always good. I like reading all of chat. Well, honestly, Fire has put a lot in the chat, so I'm just going to read it real quick. I mean, also, I look at some chat and then I realize after I've read it, like, oh wait, shit, I've already read that before. And then I think I've missed a lot more than I have, and then I haven't. And then I'm like, have I missed other things? It is what it is. It is what it is. Healer should just give a damage buff with the ring. Even if it was 5%, people would want it. I mean, yeah, there's also another thing of just like things in skyblock not always work as intended, which is unfortunate. Oh wait, hold on. Hello, amigo. Hello, you're a sec. Healers Healers are tanks under disguise. They kind of have the same purpose though. Kind of like how you both want health and defense, and they contribute to your overall effective health. And effective health is essentially what you're increasing when you increase health and defense. Is, you know, the defense increases or decreases the amount of incoming damage, and health just increases the amount of damage that you can occur. So they kind of do the same thing. That's kind of the same thing with healer and tank, except they do it in different ways. Of course, you know, tank is more so a defensive thing in reducing damage, whereas healer is more of a health one, obviously, where it refuels the health that you had before. However, it's not balanced, it seems, in the case of tank being a lot better than healer. So either healer's not healing enough, or tank's defending too well. And it seems like people are okay with how tank is doing, so maybe they need to increase the amount that healer heals or something. But actually, one thing that I think the admins have said before in Skyblock as well is that there's not enough health in the game, but there's a lot of defense in the game, but there's not enough health. Like, you'll have 5,000-ish defense and only like 5,000 health in some cases. And even though your effective health might be quite high and you'll be able to tank hits or whatever, but like, you don't have a high enough health pool, because like the damage will be, say like your damage will be 100,000 and then your defense reduces it by a certain percentage. After a point, it will still incur a lot of damage, say like 10,000 damage, and people generally don't have as much health as they do defense. Whereas I feel like they should have more health and defense I feel like that would be better. They need to have more health and things. I appreciate Makash for radio, don't worry. Nice, man. Although I have got to sleep because I'm tired. Understandable, man. I mean, you are in Australia now, aren't you? You're in Aussie land. So basically, it's 1:22 p.m. for me in the UK and that, but it's probably like fucking 1 a.m. for you, and vice versa. It was like 1 a.m. probably when I'm watching your streams. Well, actually, no, you stream at 9 till like 2 a.m. So, you know, if I go in late to your streams, it's like 1 a.m. for me or 2 a.m. for me, yeah. But yeah. Why are you mining in the Crystal Hollows recently? Because this is very good for mining XP. Also, hello, Saizaki. Did I miss a few other messages from you a sec? No, he just sent 3 according to what I can see in restream chat. I'm sorry, you a sec. I'm sorry I didn't read your messages when you put them in chat. I have read them, I think. I did read you a sec's messages, right? I swear I did. Anyways. I've done quite well for mining XP recently. I'm very happy with it. I want to look at my... Hold on. I want to look at my progress thing. See, the website tracks my XP, but it doesn't track my money. So I remember tracking... Did I track XP before, or did I track something else? No, I tracked money before. There was a period of time when I was gemstone mining, because I was gemstone mining to get enough money to get a Scatha pet, because there used to be 2.6 billion coins for a legendary Scatha, and now they're, you know, fucking like nothing. So I'm definitely not salty at all. But you know, back in the day, I used to track my coins per day, and that was a fun thing, because I had a channel in, I had a channel in Discord, and I just put down the money I had at the end of the day every day, and it was kind of cool to see, because I saw some days I made like a good 400 mils. Other days I made a good minus 200 mil. It was all good. I mean, obviously it's more so, the average was around 100 mil a day if I was actually, gem mining. I think it was 100 mil a day. I think so. I don't know, maybe. But yeah. It was cool to see. I never mined Mithril and Crystal Hollows before. It looks very good though. It is very good for mining XP, but I feel like I haven't tested its money per hour, but I feel like light blue Mithril, and I've been told that light blue Mithril as well, by people who have done a lot of mining tests, that light blue Mithril in the Dwarven mines is better for money if you're wanting to mine Mithril. Although for money, the best thing that I can do is either Jade Mining or Magma Fields Mining. Both of them are pretty much the same money per hour, which is kind of interesting. It's very interesting because like both of them have their upsides and downsides. Because oftentimes with Magma Fields Mining, you'll need to mine panes, and panes aren't as good for money per hour apparently. Whereas with the Mines of Divin, you can mine just the full blocks, and also there's just a lot of full blocks, so you have like barely any downtime in between mining, which is nice in general. And yeah, so, and then obviously in the Magma Fields you get 15% more mining stats. So it's interesting to see that like the 15% more mining stats is not as good as the no downtime and the only breaking blocks thing. So it'd be interesting to see, what if you had no downtime and only breaking blocks? Like, what if you had all the good perks of Jade, but you were in the Magma Fields and you got that extra 15% more mining stats? Be an interesting one. Hello, Script TM. But yeah, what was I gonna talk about? Oh yeah, so I was also gonna talk. I mean, I was gonna continue talking about like skyblock things, about like you know, how magic damage isn't, does, it feels like it's not as, you know, wands are still swords, you know, the fucking Spirit Scepter is still a sword, whereas it really should be a wand, and all that fun stuff about things not feeling as complete, I guess, in skyblock as they should be. More so, I feel like it's like the Spirit Scepter being a sword kind of shows that it's like there's things that I think they've forgotten about, maybe, or not, are not considering, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's an interesting one. What are your computer specs? I have an RTX 2080 graphics card and a i9 9900K as my CPU. And then, yeah, I have 16 gigs of 3200 megahertz CL16 Corsair Vengeance RAM. I have a motherboard. I mean, motherboard specs aren't necessary. Like, what kind of specs are you looking for really in a motherboard? I mean, like, you can think of like the amount of RAM slots there are, of course, and like, is PCI Gen 3, unfortunately. Very sad. I don't get the PCI Gen 4 SSD speeds. Although my, you know, I have a PCI Gen 3 NVMe SSD to go along with my PCI Gen 3 motherboard, so I'm not necessarily, you know, messing up either of them. They are kind of fine together, as back in the day, that's what they used to be. And now you got the fucking, the PCIe Gen 4s and that. But yeah. Be an interesting one, because I care a lot more about CPU performance than GPU performance, obviously, as a Minecraft player. But, yeah, so I'll spend a lot more on a CPU than a GPU, whereas, like, I think Linus Tech Tips and other, like, you see on the PC Master Race subreddit, they're like, oh, you don't need to spend as much on your CPU as your GPU, whereas I would probably spend more on the CPU than the GPU. So I care a lot more about CPU performance, specifically single-threaded, because that's what... Now, the thing is, I need to... There's a project that I need to do, and... Nah, I need to keep that secret. But yeah, so essentially I care a lot more about single-threaded CPU performance. So when maybe, I don't know about how upgrading computer parts in general nowadays is going, but if I were to upgrade my computer, my CPU in particular, would I go Intel or AMD? That's the question. Because the 12900K versus the 5950X, I believe, is the next is the current AMD's best. Or maybe the 3D cache one is better for single threaded. Probably that one. But I think it's more so. I think AMD has, like, AMD's 5950X is a lot. Like, the 12900K released a lot more recently than the 5950X, so I'll be interested to see the 6950X, or, you know, their next sort of best consumer grade, or, you know, their next best CPU on probably Gen 4, would it be? Zen architecture? I don't know. But yeah, I care a lot more about single-threaded performance, so I'm excited to see. Like, when I upgrade, that's what I'll be going for, single-threaded CPU performance. So it'd be interesting to see when AMD releases their next CPU, how it fares against Intel. Although obviously, you know, each time they update their CPUs, they're going to be better and try and be you know, a very small upgrade over the competitor, AMD, you know, and Intel sort of thing. So I don't know, man. Anyway, hello Tempest. Mine says I have a Ryzen 3 Vega 8 integrated graphics, and I built a PC with i5 and GTX 1660, but it doesn't work. That's a rip, man. That's a rip. Can you profile view me? I have I have leather armor that is dyed. How much was it worth? I have no idea, man. I have no idea about dyed leather armor. There's a Discord that, like, specializes in that, though, right? There's the Cafe Lounge or whatever it's is the Exotics Lounge. I don't have a link for you because I'm not part of that Discord. I don't know where you would find a link. Maybe you find it in Refraction's channel. I mean, does he have, like, links to that? But I don't know, man. It'd be best for you to go to the Exotics Discord, because I know there is a Discord for that, and they'll be able to tell you whether your dyed leather armor is worth a lot or not. How am I? I'm doing good, Tempest. I'm doing good. I'm just kind of focused on mining recently. I've kind of dedicated this Monday through Friday to grinding mining as much as possible. Obviously for particular reasons, but I'm very glad that coal is a thing. I'm very glad that coal's a thing. And then after that, I'm probably not going to be grinding as much on skyblock. I mean, I'm still going to be putting most of my free time into mining, of course, as I usually do. But yeah, for this week in particular, because of the 50% XP boost, I think I will. I think I will grind a bit more. But yeah. Nice, BRB. See you in a bit, Tempest. I've also gained a large amount of mithril powder, and it just kind of, it's just a kind of big number that I see there that I feel like, because it kind of, it's a lot different to the mining XP thing, because I know the mining XP is just kind of a number there. It doesn't really do anything for me. But for some reason, when I see mithril powder, I expect it to be used for something. Like, I just see 30 million there, and I'm thinking like, ooh, I could use that for something. But then my brain goes, wait, oh, I cannot. I physically can't spend any more mithril powder on anything. So, wait, is that maxed? No, it's not. It could be maxed. Very close to being maxed. Hello, Rahul. But yeah, the mithril powder there is just... I just look at the mithril powder there, and it's just kind of like... Shouldn't that be used for something? Can't I use this for things? I mean, it'd be kind of cool if they made it so that, like, tier 12 mining minions made it so that you know, you had to use mithril powder for that. I don't know, I kind of just want a use for my mithril powder, although they maybe if they add in, like, maybe if they add in, maybe in the next mine update, if they add in, like, you know, Heart Mountain 8, there'll be a perk that requires Mithril Powder or something. I don't know. What, 50% XP boost? Coal is active, my guy. Coal is active. So, you know, 50% mining XP boost, and we've had mining fiestas, and obviously mining minions work a little bit faster as well. So very cool. Which armor are you talking about at Minter? Oh, he's talking about the dyed leather armor. It's 7:30 AM early stream. I mean, it's 1:30 PM for me. It's midday for your boy. So, it is still an earlier stream though, obviously. You know, it's a lot earlier than I usually stream, so it makes sense. Made so much money yesterday from mining, I love it. I mean, it is coal, my guy. Coal is elite, my guy. Fucking coal is very cool. And gives large amounts of XP for your boy. But also money, because he doubles drops during the Fiesta. Or, you know, he has 2 Fiestas which double drops. Very good. I haven't gained as much money as you would have thought, though. Through pretty much mining in all the time that I can muster, all the time that I can conjure up. I've only really gained like 100, maybe 200 mil. It's not that, you know, this method that I'm doing is not that great for money, but it is incredible for mining XP. Oh, I haven't showed this off, have I? I completely forgot to show this off, and I bet, honestly, Fire would have probably been, you know, he probably would have thought this would be pretty cool, but I don't think I've shown this off. I got the G-Drag to level 200 through the XP share because of how much mining XP I was getting. I got that thing to level 200, my guy. I don't want to buy a level 100 G-Drag off the auction house to level it. I want to buy another one from the dragon itself, because didn't G-Drags get duped in that, and like a bunch of G-Drags could be duped, and I don't want to have to deal with that. And plus, it's actually kind of cheaper to just buy the G-Drags straight from the Donny. So I kind of want to buy another G-Drag just to level, you know. For money, of course, because I want money. But yeah, I'm so glad that my G-Drag's level 200 now. And guess what? Guess what I want to add to my G-Drag? I mean, I'm not going to have an Antique Remedies for forever. I'm going to change the Antique Remedies to a Minos Relic. And perfect timing. Also, I want to not do I wanted to put an Antique Remedies on it so that it wouldn't do the XP share, and I'll put an XP share on a horse because it's just something to level while I'm waiting until I can get another G-Drag to level. And also, I want to put a Minos Relic on this because Magic Find, and also it gives a little bit of strength as well, so it's not sacrificing too much damage, but it gives a lot more Magic Find, which will be nice just in general, I think, if I'm ever using the G-Drag. So, you know, it sacrifices like the tiniest bit of damage, but I get a lot more Magic Find. Very cool. But very lucky, or I don't know, convenient timing maybe. Minos Relics obviously are very expensive because we haven't had a fucking, whatchamacallit, we haven't had a mythological event in ages, so obviously, you know, Minos Relics are a lot more expensive. But guess who's next in line for mayor, lads? 92% of people are voting 3-perk Diana in. So, the most convenient timing ever. Diana coming back right after I get a level 200 G-Drag, and I want to put a Minos Relic on my G-Drag. Like, the timing, the actual timing is impeccable. Can you give me 2 million for some cat flowers? No. Why don't you put a Shelmet? Wait, why don't you put Shelmet Diana is about to be mayor? Oh, you probably mean Shelmet on this, right? Nah, I'm gonna put the Lucky Clover on. I think I'll put Lucky Clover on. I don't know what you mean by why don't you put Shelmet. If anything, it would not be a great time to buy a Shelmet now, because prices will drop when Diana is mayor. But there you go. Like 10 hypixel YouTubers like Rage Train, all these, they went skiing at a place that's 20 minutes away from my house and they pass my neighborhood a few times. That's cool, man. So sad I didn't see them. I know people are bringing back 3-perk mares. It's great. I mean, I think it's more so a case of like over time, you have a bunch of 3-perk, like you have a bunch of 3-perk mares, and then they all go to like 1-perk again. Then you'll have a bunch of 2-perk mares, and then eventually you'll have a bunch of 3-perk mares. I think it'll kind of come in waves. So eventually you'll have. So you're probably gonna have a bunch of 3-perk mares now, but then after a while, these 3-perk mares are gonna subside, and then we'll go back to 1 and 2-perk mares again, which is quite unfortunate. Bro, read my chat. I did. I read your. Can you give me 2 million? Unless you said something in between that, it didn't show up in chat. But I'm not giving you money now. Hello Basil. Put antique remedies. I can give you one for free when I'm home. Put antique remedies on what? Shelmet on G-Drag? Nah, man. Why would I put a Shelmet on G-Drag? I'm gonna put a Minos Relic on it. For the extra find. For the extra epic gaming find. F to the people who bought a Terminator recently, yeah. Imagine a selfie with 12 hypixel skyblock YouTubers. I'd make them all friend me on hypixel, G-Drag, antique remedies. I have an antique remedies on my G-Drag, Mr. Legend. Favorite mare? Mine is Aatrox, mine is Cole. And I'm very happy because Cole is currently mare. So my favorite mare is in office right now. But yeah. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna put a Minos Relic on my G-Drag. Very cool. It's just gonna happen. You can call Magic Find a scam all you want, but it's going to happen. You cannot stop it. I will obtain large amounts of magic find of the magic. I will find all of the magic, and you cannot stop me. 30 million mithril powder. Is your Heart of the Mountain maxed out? Yes, of course. I mean, I wouldn't just have 30 million mithril powder just sitting there doing nothing. While my perks wouldn't be maxed out, of course. Like, you know, I wouldn't have 30 million powder there if I hadn't maxed out everything, is what I mean. Aatrox is cool too, but I like mining more. Indeed, Mr. Legend. I am in total agreement. Although, I don't know if I'd put Aatrox at a second. I mean, if, like, Diana... If I really need a drop from Diana event, and Diana hasn't been mare for ages, obviously Diana is going to be something that I'll want a lot. But to say that Diana would be my second favourite would be a bit blinded in sort of, you know, Diana hasn't been mare for a while, so that sort of thing. But I don't actually know who my second favourite mare would be. Probably Foxy, actually, because Foxy has the ability to get me another Mining Fiesta. Foxy with Mining Fiesta is my second favourite, but that's you know, that's just because they can have a Mining Fiesta. But no, actually second best mare. What would they be? That's a good question. I don't know. Gold mining stream soon? No. I make good investments and flips on accident all the time, so I sold all my stuff to do that. I mean, if you can profit, then that's a very good idea. If you can sell all your stuff and then put it in something that will rise, and it does rise, it's a good idea. But it's whether it will rise or not, of course. But it sounds like a big dub if you've made a lot of money through selling your stuff and then putting it in something that has risen. Sounds like a large dub. Jerry, he gives us. Actually, yeah, okay. You're talking about special mares. I'm talking about regular mares. Like if we're talking special mares, and of course, like of course they're going to be very, very high up there because they are special after all. But yeah, my friends invested so much money in enchanted eggs. I invested a little bit, which was quite good. Actually, I'll tell you a funny thing. I bought 20 super enchanted eggs. As you can see, I have 10 because I sold a few because they went up a little bit after certain events happened. But I bought 20 super enchanted eggs because I saw because after a while I remember like, oh wait, shit, these are new craftable pets. I'm going to need super enchanted eggs to craft these things. So I bought a few of them at 200k. And I thought, I forgot to invest in these before they went up. I don't know if they were lower than 200k before then. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. But I invested in. I bought 20 in super enchanted eggs, and interesting enough, then the Slayer or the Blaze Slayer contains an item that requires a lot of super enchanted eggs. So they just went up a lot. I mean, they went up a decent amount. I think there's just a lot of super enchanted eggs in general in the market, so they didn't probably go up that much, or as much as they could have maybe. But yeah, they went up, and I was able to make a bit of money because I sold them at 500k. Very epic. Hello, Sky Che. I don't know what Aiden Jax has put in chat. It didn't show up in Restream chat. It didn't even show up in YouTube chat. What? Restream has told me Aiden Jax has put something in chat, and then when I go to YouTube chat, it's actually not there. That's weird, man. What the fuck? That's incredibly strange. Hello, Axel. Mr. Surgeon says, no, Aatrox is third, Diana is second, Cole is first. I need to actually. Oh, Mares in a tier list would actually be a perfect. That's like I was thinking. I remember at one point I was thinking like, oh, what's a good idea to put like skyblock things in a tier list? Because a bunch of skyblock YouTubers will put like weapons and pets in a tier list, even though I think pets are. They feel like a bit too specialized for their entire thing. I mean, it does make every pet useful, but for some reason I feel like, or sometimes I feel like they're a bit too specialized. Because then like, every new area just gets a specific pet made for it, which is kind of... It doesn't... It kind of defeats a bit of what a pet feels like it should be, to be honest. If like a pet is made for a specific area, then it kind of is like, well, you use the mining pet for the mining area, and you use the combat pet for the combat area. And I don't really like that kind of thing, but I don't think they're entirely doing that. Recently, I don't want them to do that for everything, which is not what they're doing, which is good, because they added the mushroom pet, which seems to be an interesting farming pet, which I think could be better than elephant. Kind of an interesting one there. I mean, it definitely will be for mushrooms, I think. So you've got your mushroom farming pet there. And then you've got the snail pet, which is a very, very interesting pet, which I'm very interested in, because it gives you mining fortune against non-ores, which is a very interesting concept and could make me a large amount of money. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah. Makash Mare is Cole V2. Now, if I made a mare, I've written down a few perks I would have if I was a mare or a what were the YouTubers called that were like disciples of Techno, well, not that were like partly of Technoblade sort of thing. Generals, were they called generals? I can't remember. Ministers, weren't they? I think they were called ministers. Does that make Technoblade a prime minister? Technoblade, the prime minister of Skyblock. Oh, they were called ministers. I see. Technoblade be the prime minister. I'm kind of stuck at 7 bill net worth. I'm really bored and I don't know what to do. Well, I don't know, man. What do you want to do? That's what I would say to you, Skychat. If you don't want to do skyblock, then maybe you don't want to do skyblock. But if you do want to do skyblock, then what do you want to do in skyblock, sort of thing. Although you say you don't know what to do, I don't know what to suggest to you, man. Ultimately, it's up to you what you want to do or not. I mean, I can recommend to you mining as much, as much as I can, but that's just because I like mining personally. Yeah, it's probably not going to vibe with all people, sort of thing. Making Pooch Sword, then One for All, then Recombobulate, then I used it, then the price went up, and when I went to sell it, buying 3/4 Frozen Blades for 11 to 13 mil, then the literal next day it was worth 15 to 20 mil. That is a very, very nice investment, Contra Receiver. Very good. You have done very well. It is better, and I'm gonna cry. Wait, what? Why? Wait, you talking about like the mushroom pet for farming or something? Would you want to be better than Cole and do him like that, or let him be king? Nah, I do better than Cole. Well, actually, no, I do. No, I'll be unique in Cole, or I'll be a unique mining man. I'm not just basically going to be better than Cole in every way, because I think that's just a bit boring in general, right? Like although I would be a special mare, I think just to be better than Cole would be a bit disappointing as a special mare. You don't necessarily want a special mare to just be a better Aatrox or a better pool or a better, like, you wouldn't want that as a special mare anyway, wouldn't you? And you wouldn't do that as a, like, if you were a mare, you wouldn't just do you wouldn't just be a better pool, would you? You'd want to be a bit more unique than that, right? So I think the perks that I made for myself, if I were to be a mayor or a minister, actually, is an interesting one. The perks I made for myself, although I've made 3 perks, as a minister I think they only got 1 perk, so I'd have to choose 1 perk out of them, which is unfortunate. But I think maybe I'd be able to know what I choose. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about. Shit. I don't know. Skytrade donating is kind of nice. What? Oh, donating to people. I mean, I don't know if they'd want to do that, though. Like, if I was bored in Skyblock, I personally wouldn't donate to random people. Although, like, if I had nothing else to buy, I don't know. But then again, I always want to buy things, though. I always want to have, like, I've got, out of the list of things that I want to buy in Skyblock, it's quite expensive, my guy. I need several billers. Although, actually, no, if I had refractioned or Swavy's coin counts, if I had the coins and refractions, previously Swavy's, because he had like 30 bill, now he has 10 bill, I don't think that would be able to afford everything I want to buy. I mean, it probably would, actually. Maybe it wouldn't, though, because maxing things is quite expensive. But definitely refractions first. If I had refractions first, I'd be able to buy everything I'd probably ever want, actually, in Skyblock. Which is probably why he has as many coins in his purse as he has, because he doesn't have anything else he wants to buy. It does make sense. And now I'm about 500, 600k for the 3rd day. Wait, what? Hold on. I'm missing some context here, Axel. Like, your first message is hi, and then your second message is, and I'm now about 500/600k for 3rd day. Is that about, like, mining? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there must have been, like, a message in between that, but it didn't show up in chat. I want to be a Skyblock Mayor Minister. Yeah. Technoblade had Mayor rank. I want to be a Mayor. Makash, I need Mayor perks too. I'm too legendary not to be a Mayor. Well, I don't know, man. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. You probably won't, though. I will probably not be a Mayor. Very sad. But it is what it is. Diana coming back? Hell yeah, man. I'm broke, by the way, after a rat mod. That is a rip, man. That is a big rip. I lost 60 mil from rat 2. Damn. F for us. Stick to Skyblock Extras, SBA, Badlion, and Luna. Don't risk downloading anything. I would say for most people, sure, but if you know what you're doing, then you can download any mod that you want. But it is also use at your own risk. So you have taken the risk and you have been ratted. Therefore, you haven't been careful enough in selecting your mods from the sources and from just sort of everything, really. Like, you have to be very careful, of course, because you are running mods that can do all sorts of things. You are running code on your computer. You should know its source and where it comes from, etc. And make sure you're downloading things from the correct place. That's just with everything, really. I'm quite far behind in chat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah, recombobulated blades helmet. I need mere perks. All three, help me choose. No, you have to be... No, I want you to be creative. Make your own perks. I'm not going to help you make perks for yourself. You need to come up with perks for yourself, my guy. Of profile after rat mod. Rip, man, rip. Luna is bad for Scarlet. Badlion is better. I'd say just use Forge. Don't use Luna or Badlion if you want, Skyblock mods. But there you go. There's also Sky Client if you want to, that's a mod loader, I believe, that will make it easier for you to install mods if you want. Although apparently people say Sky Client is not good. Also, I don't know. I mean, personally, I just put the mods in the mod folder with Forge. But anyway, you are the YouTuber interests in mining. I do like mining. That is a thing I do like. Thank God that he didn't look into my ex-Hest. Oh, you mean Ender Chest? Yeah. I mean, I'd be quite concerned in general if you've been previously ratted, my guy. I'd be... you need to be very secure with your accounts and what mods you're down. You need to... Are you sure that they're completely gone from your system? Have you, like, completely wiped your computer clean? You started anew with your computer? Because I would be very paranoid if you had a previous rat on a system. I mean, I don't know enough about rats, but with just sort of computing in general, I'd be a lot more mentally happy with a complete, new computer, really, rather than, I don't know, man. That's just me. I will need to go 5 step, wait. I will need to go like 5 steps to go and ask my sister to add me to co-op. Okay. Jed, for example. Indeed, man. So I check the source code of every mod I use. I don't. And I really should. I kind of just go off of reputation. Like, I've downloaded NEU, SBA, Dankers as well, actually. I think with Dankers I did have a little bit of look through the source code because Dankers isn't as popular as NEU and SBA. And like, the thing is, as time goes on, Skyblock mods have been getting a little bit more Skyblock mods have been getting riskier and riskier, it seems. So I think nowadays nowadays you were a bit more, it would be, you could be a little bit more lenient with things. But or back in the day you could be a little bit more lenient with things. Nowadays I think you need to be a bit more, you need to be a bit more conservative with the mods that you have in your thing. Like, you need to be a lot more engaged and know about the mod a lot more than just I mean, you shouldn't just download random mods anyway, without like knowing anything about them, of course. But anyway, hold on, I need to read more in chat, my guy. I'm so far behind. I just see Schultz saying yo, by the way. So hello, Schultz. I'll get to other messages. Hold on. Well, I didn't know some mods were able to do that. Mods are very powerful, my guy. They are code after all. They are code execution thingy-mabobs. They will do code execution. They execute code after all, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Axel and Contra, the only reason you got routed was either you downloaded a free version of a paid mod, Well, I mean, not necessarily all leaks of a free mod, all leaks of a paid mod would be compromised with malware, but it's more than likely that they will be. Um, but don't take my advice of downloading free versions of paid mods, obviously, because you'll most likely get yeeted. Or you got a mod that said it was amazing, but you've never heard of it. Yeah, it's being aware of what you're downloading. You need to be very careful with what you're downloading. Packet multiplier, what? I've been banned for 30 days because of an inventory sorter mod. Feels bad, man. I would rejoin without any mods except Optifine, just to be sure. Yeah, an inventory sorter mod does sound like a bit of a macro sort of thing, or something that Hypixel wouldn't be happy with. Inventory sorter is a literal hack. It's not an allowed mod, yeah. It's not really something I would assume that they would be fine with. Because she is still in a cop, I think maybe the hacker was dumb and thought it was a quitter. I see. I only use Luna now because first I need FPS and second Badlion says graphics driver isn't updated and I have updated it 10 times. I can't use Badlion. And also I don't support, yeah. One no downtime, double skill. Okay, alright, Mr. Legend, fine. I won't do downtime. Oh wait, no, you're doing your mare perks. You're saying your mare perk. I thought Mr. Legend was telling me that I shouldn't have downtime. I should mine a bit more because I've been doing downtime because of reading comments. Oh well. Anyway. One no downtime, double skill XP, and you can't log off of skyblock. That sounds like a little bit of an. I think if you can't log off of skyblock, my guy, that sounds a bit. It sounds a bit not good. 2 Phoenix blessing, buff Phoenix Pet massively. Just during when the mare's active, so like the Phoenix Pet is just generally shit, but then when your mare is active, it gets buffed. I mean, that's pretty cool. Maybe? I don't know. Third, fourth dimension. You've had your third perk be the fourth dimension. If you had a fourth perk, it should be the fourth dimension, because the fourth perk should be the fourth dimension. You get what I mean. Third perk, fourth dimension, works with Barry to unlock Wizard Portal, but what does the Wizard Portal do there? I mean, I like it though. Very cool. Fourth, gaming, increases every stat by 200%. Nice, man, nice. Good perks, Mr. Legend, good perks. Just got this cool mod called Session Idealer. Idealer? the Session Idealer. It's your dealer for all session IDs. No. I got this cool mod called Session ID Stealer. Seems pretty legit. I mean, to be fair, that does sound quite legit, Shalt. That does sound quite legit. Kind of legit gaming. Me too use Luna, but now I can't. What mod was it? Axel. I could be more specific, but that's it for now. Understandable, man. Does sound pretty good, to be fair. I got a whitelist Minecraft token. Wait, actually, hold on. Does the 200% every stat work with mining stats? Come on, man. You gotta, the admins wouldn't do mining stats because they wouldn't allow it. But I'm sure you would allow it. Yeah, it includes mining stats and Fort. Yeah, nice. Love that. Love that. Thank you, Mr. Legend. He thinks about the miners. I mean, then again, I'm not saying that the admins don't think about the miners. They have done 2 mining updates. And they're also adding mining content in the Nether update. Like, the admins have done very nice to miners. Ooh, my ear. Ah, why? Ah, why is my ear being weird? That was not good. Just like my ear ringing out of nowhere. That's pain, man. Would you vote? Of course, man, of course. Especially compared to, like, other mayors and that. Hold on a second. I got a whitelist Minecraft token. Sniper sounds good and legit. Very cool, man. Are people still discriminating Badline because of the owner's drama? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people who will probably not want to support Badline ever again. But, I mean, I never really was a supporter of Badline anyway. I mean, I wouldn't use Badline, I don't know, I prefer Forge, man. I prefer Forge. Forge is better in my opinion. I mean, you shouldn't do downtime either way. Okay, Miss Legend thing. I see there's no sympathy for the downtime of this stream. Very sad. I mean, actually, yeah, it makes sense. Fair enough. Fiesta was also moved to Austria to make it legal. What? God damn it, man. Fuck's sake. A lot mods includes mine stats. Obviously, would you vote? You good? Technically, technically, I'd be better than Cole because 200% more mining stats is like triple ores. You'd be better for money, not for mining XP though. Not for mining XP. But yeah, you would be quite good though. 200% more mining stats is probably, I don't know if that's more than triple. It'd be definitely way better for gemstones than general ores, because general ores it would just be a quite linear buff, but with because you're doing 200% all stats, it would do fortune and pristine, so it'd probably be quite a lot more than triple for gems. What's my perk stack with pet abilities and reforges? I mean, it sounds like your perks are incredibly good, my guy. Incredibly good. I remember the days when Badline was a server. I played so much UHC. I think I got banned from Badline. I think I got banned from Badline. I'm like 90% sure that I did. I think Badline was a server that I think they had a no-hit cooldown mode. And there was one server I used a no-hit cooldown. I'm pretty sure it was Badline. I used an auto clicker, and you know, I thought it was a good bit of fun. So I put a 50 CPS auto clicker on and was like, you know what, I'm about to do a little trolling, and just instantly obliterated me. I don't know, man. It was a fun time. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it sometimes. Rightfully deserved ban though. Rightfully deserved ban. I mean, not necessarily that I did that at the start, okay? I didn't do that at the start. I did do it legit. However, eventually, Badline's just got to go. It's just got to go, blood. So, yeah, I got banned. On purpose, of course, you know. It's not like I was trying to... It's not like at the point where you, or at the point where I hack to get banned, right? Like, if I've got to the point of where I'm going to hack on a server, it's like, well, you know... I'm here to get banned. I don't want to do any shady shit like, oh, acting like I'm legit or whatever. No, I will, like, if I've decided to hack on a server, I will hack until I get banned. Just because, you know, I wouldn't want to just hack on the server and then, you know, continuously play on it anyway, because that's just not legit, man. It's just not legit. The not legitness, though, the fun bit of obviously, you know, doing the hack and that's a good bit of fun. But, you know, you don't stay there and cause a little bit of mayhem or whatever. My friend did that to me and he got banned like 3 seconds in. I think I did get banned pretty quickly, to be fair. I mean, then again, I was taking a bit of the piss because I was using like 50 CPS or some bullshit. I put the thing on like 0 seconds between clicks and I was like, yeah, we're about to do a little trolling here. Oh god. I use Forge when I'm not using my bad PC. Understandable, man. Understandable. I might start an Iron Man soon after being actually good on profile. I mean, it's a good idea. Iron Mans are quite fun. Double Scale XP is my first perk. What the fuck, my cash out? Ah, here we go. Here we go. My friend did that. Oh, you read that. Yes, I'm better than Cole other than minions. I'm also to increase skill XP by 2 times. Well, at that point, yeah, you are better than Cole in every regard. Because if it's actually a 2 times boost, then yeah, it is very much so better than Cole. I think the Cole's boost to mining XP is additive. Because I was doing the multiplication on my mining XP. And it's definitely not 1.5 times times 1.5 times. It's definitely something different or additive or something. There's got to be, they're doing it differently, you know, they're built different. The XP bonus is unfortunately built different, and by built different I mean, you know, built different in the bad way. It's not a 2.25 times XP bonus. It's more like, I'd have to check because it's like it's 216 I think during the Fiesta, and it's 162.6 during, you know, not Fiesta. So I'm not sure how it do. But it do, okay? It do. I got banned in a minute for 90 days from an auto locking on a bridging server. Then when I got unbanned, I auto click it again to get banned. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, personally, I would like once I get banned on server hacker, I'm not going back on that server. Just a personal one. But understandable, man, I guess. Because like if I get to the point where I want to hack on a server and get banned for hacking, like I would get, if I was hacking on a server, I would want to get banned eventually, just because I'm done with the server and that's kind of my way. It's like when people when they quit in skyblock and give away all their stuff or void it. It's kind of like that, but with leaving a server. I wouldn't do that with hypixel though, to be honest. I just did it with Badline. I don't know why. Interesting times. I got banned for 90 days. Auto locking on a bridging server. Then I got unbanned. Auto clicking got banned. All right. I once drag clicked 80 CPS on Mineplex. I don't know how drag clicking really even works. Got kicked but not banned. Understandable, man. Any money making method for a 600k guy who got it in 3 days? I don't know what would be the best money making method for you, my guy. I would suggest looking at like a hypixel skyblock guide. Maybe that would probably get you better information. My perks, if I were a mayor, would just boost people who were from the UK permanently. I mean, I'm in favour of that. I like that one personally. As a UK individual, I would I'd be very much in favour of the okay, so it'd either be Boris Johnson or like I don't know, some other random politician. Like it could be fucking anyone in like politics. It could be fucking Bojo, Theresa May, Jeremy Corbyn. It could be fucking any of those lot. Or they could do the real funny thing of being fucking Elizabeth II. Fucking, they could have fucking royalty. Oh no, that'd be funny. Because it'd be like a Dante thing of like they just wouldn't leave. But like... oh no, the hypixel skyblock gets colonized by the British. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, lads. Nigel Farage. The fucking hypixel skyblock gets colonized. Oh no. Resource extraction is increased by 300%. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh god. Move to the UK for perk. Oh god. I have a class in 2 minutes, so I can only drop in. Well, cool, man. I guess hope you enjoy the 2 minutes that you can you can be in stream. Hold on, I mean, I thought, wait, yeah, I thought of Makash when making my perks pickaxe ability. Never mind, it's friction. Like you just barely click the mouse, but you do it so fast you get 100 CPS. Yeah. I guess I just don't have the mouse for it because my mouse is incredibly smooth. I think that's probably what the problem is. Like there's not the friction on my mouse to drag click. I don't know. I'd have to see like drag clicking. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But fair enough. I feel like drag clicking is kind of a newer method. I haven't heard of drag clicking being a thing for a while. Well, no, I haven't heard of drag clicking being a thing a long time ago. I feel like drag clicking is kind of a new method, if anything. Yeah, hypixel was fun to go back to. I never quit, just haven't played in months. Well, I mean, in general, I think there's servers like that. There's servers where you'd want to just, fuck it, I don't want to ever play on the server again. So I think a fun thing to end it off with would be doing a bit of trolling. And then there's obviously some servers that you actually generally will be like, you know, even though I'm not playing the server now, I will come back to it, sort of thing. I mean, like, once I quit hypixel skyblock, I say quit, you know, once I stop playing hypixel skyblock as much, it's not like I will never come back to it ever again. I'm sure there'll be times where I'll be like, hey, you know what? I feel like doing a bit of hypixel skyblock gaming, and then I'll do a bit of hypixel skyblock or whatever. Although I don't see, I don't think, I don't see why I would do that really, because hypixel skyblock is kind of a grind in a way of like you have to spend a lot of time to get anything out of it really. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure maybe that, it's nice to have the option to come back. But then there's some servers obviously that you don't really care about. But anyway. Make me permanent mayor. Wait, no. Dinan, never mind. Make me mayor 90% of the time. Nice. Holy 37 mil coins from spending 20 mil. Yeah. Aiden, I'm assuming, is the numbers and the letters combination there, with the smiley face. Very cool. Very cool. My friend IRL has a channel called Lord Nugget. He's a fucking expert. Lord Nugget. He's an expert on what though? Nuggets? Interesting. What was he an expert on, my guy? Boots, 1 perk, air money, gives 150k full vote, 2 perk, 2nd perk skills, more like sleeps, gives 25% boost for 3 skills 3y, 10% sell boost to the NPC, and 50% less taxes on the bazaar. I don't think bazaar taxes are that egregious, are they? I swear, like, I mean, auction house is like 1% of... Auction house taxes are quite liberal, being like 1% on sales over 1 million coins. I don't know what the bazaar taxes are. I feel like I saw something like 1.25% or 7.25. I don't know. I saw like a 0.25% thing. I think that's on like the or 0.125% thing. I think that's like in the community center you can reduce bazaar taxes there. But I don't know what I feel like bazaar tax is like 1 or something, like 1% on everything. I don't know. You know what would be cool if like the bazaar taxes went to something, like if they just went to the admins. Like the only way that they can, like they can't spawn in money for themselves for testing. They have to get all their money through taxes. Like the thing is, it would give them way too many coins. It'd give them so many coins that I think it would be interesting. But I think it'd be kind of a cool thing for all of the taxes in Bazaar and Auction House to go to the admins. That would be funny. Do you agree with me that I'm a good mayor? Well, I mean, you do have very good perks, of course, so I would definitely vote for you. If those perks, if I saw those perks, I'd definitely vote for that. It appears that I have a Shadow Assassin helmet and a Soul Whip to sell. Also another 12 mil, 49 mil from 20 mil. Nice, man. Yeah, that perk is down 25% to all taxes. Yeah, man. One of the Phoenix buffs, it gains the extra perk. Rejoice, all NPC sale prices that have been nerfed will be restored back to normal. Yes. I think it'd be cool if like all the taxes went to something though. What if they increased taxes on the player base? Like, inflation is going a bit too mad right now. We need to increase taxes. Take money out of the economy. I don't know. I mean, that's not how you fix tax or inflation IRL, I don't think. There's something about like interest rates and stuff from economics explains like, oh, I don't remember what he said. It was like either you increase interest rates or you decrease interest rates to control inflation or whatever. I don't know. One of those. Gems will be 8 coins again. Netherwart will be 3 coins. I mean, I'm all for gems being 8 coins. I'll just leave it at that. You were expecting a but, weren't you? You were expecting you were expecting I'm all for gems being 8 coins. But no. But no to the no. Fuck it. Sure, gems be 8 coins, because then I get a personal benefit out of it, because I can get a lot of money. Very cool. Fuck it. Mithril is now 20 coins to the NPC. And that would be nice. I don't know. Maybe not mithril then, maybe gemstones, because gemstones are good for money already. I don't know. 4.5 mil now, 6.7 from level 100 legendary mithril golem. Wait, are you auction house flipping contra receiver? Or are you just selling off stuff that you already have? I think you're just saying like your profits from AH flipping, I believe. I think that's what you're doing. AH flipping is an interesting one. I feel like to like auction house flip effectively, you need to know the general prices of like pretty much all the items in the game, or like a lot of them. I mean, the ones that you're flipping, of course. And if you want to flip effectively, I'm sure you'd want to flip a bunch of items. So, AH flipping is an interesting one. I bet it would take a lot of knowledge about things. Bazaar flipping, I feel like, is a little bit more accessible, just because I like the way the bazaar works, really. And plus, like, I think the bazaar is a lot easier to deal with the demand, really, in the bazaar. Because with auction house, like, you don't know whether your thing will be bid on or not if you're doing a bid. Or if you're doing a buy it now, then you can be like sure that you'll at least get that price sort of thing. Although you're not guaranteed for anyone to buy it at that price. With the bazaar, there's a lot more volume really that goes with it, I think. And you know, every single thing or every single item in the bazaar is treated the exact same as each other item of that type. You know, like every mithril is treated the same as every other mithril. Whereas in the auction house, like not every livid dagger is treated the same as every other livid dagger. Like, you know, people may not look, or you know, people may miss your livid dagger, or I don't know, maybe there's a different reason that your item on the auction house is not seen or is not bought. With the bazaar, it's all treated the same. So if people just want that item in general, then your item will be either bought or sold. You know, good demand type beat right there. Also, all that with triple stats of all types. Indeed, man. Your mare perk, very good. Very good. I bought all that stuff yesterday. Nice, man. It's all last night except for the pet. Soul Whip and Shadow Assassin helmet. I see. But is that for auction house flipping? I mean, I'm assuming it is, right? I'm assuming you're doing a bit of auction house flipping right now. Now we need a Makash mare. What are your perks? Alright, I wrote them down. I wrote them down before. Where are my perks? Hold on. Did I think I did something with mining XP actually on my mare perks. I did write, here we go, Makash mare skyblock. Okay, I did do one with XP. I did the exact same thing you did as well, of course, with the 2x mining XP. So yeah, mining XP radiance, 2 times mining XP. Fortunate miner plus 10% all mining stats, so a little bit more conservative than your, was it, plus 200% all stats in general. And then deepest mines grants access to the deepest mines in the dwarven mine. So it's basically just very large mithril veins. And also like titanium veins as well. So mine's a little bit more, you know, conservative than your mare, but pretty much the same sort of thing. How do you got 30 million mithril powder? I do a lot of mining. That is how I have as much mithril powder as I do. They need to remove all the mares and add new ones. I think they should just add new mares, really. I think if they add new mares, I think they should just add new mares. We've had the current mares for ages. Although we technically got a new mare if you think about it with Barry. Like no one was voting Barry before. Now that Barry's got his secret perk sorted out, people will actually vote Barry. Diaz is kind of now the worst mare. Actually, no. What would you guys consider to be the worst mare? I don't know. Like, would you consider Diaz now to be the worst mare? Because I feel like Barry was considered the worst mare And now people are like, well, actually, Barry has some good hidden perks. But maybe Barry's still the worst mare in your opinion. What is the worst mare in your opinion? That was from guessing it would go up today. I see, man. So yeah, your auction house flipping. Good stuff. Good stuff. Pool. Understandable, man. Derpy is the worst. I would beg to differ. I think the 50% general XP is quite good. And I mean, the double minions thing does help me quite a bit, to be fair as well. Hello, CLRPG. Derpy's the worst for you. I see. I see. I need to sell my stereo G6P stays renowned recombobulated pants. I mean, I'm sure someone will buy it. I like it however I get to specify what the wizard portal is. I still need to think of it. Okay. Pool. Don't know about that one. Also, technically, Scorpius. I think Scorpius is a good mare. I mean, you wouldn't have certain items if it wasn't for Scorpius. If it wasn't for Scorpius, lad. I hate Derpy. Damn. Why do you constantly mine Mithril? For mining XP. But also because, like, what else is there really to do in Skyblock? What am I gonna do? Dungeons? What am I gonna do? Fucking Slayers? Actually, not Slayers. Enderman Slayer is good, but that's like the only good Slayer. And like once I get E-Man 9, what is there to do? Just more E-Man. Just more E-Man after E-Man 9. I don't know, man. How long until Derpy? I think 2 or 3 weeks now, right? I don't know. I'd have to check the wiki. The fan-made one has a more, like, I know where to find the timer on the fan-made one. I think it's on like the front page of the fan-made one. Fan-made one. Like the fan-made one and the official one are like both good in their own right. And I don't know if it's unfortunate or if it's good that there's both of them now, because like both of them are good for different reasons. Like the staff-made one is in theory more accurate and has more insight into the game, considering, you know, it's made by the people who fucking code it. And then you've also got the fan-made one, which is just kind of has been there for longer, so it's got, you know, more information on a wider range of topics. And yeah, it's just like it's established. It's got a lot of history of information and that sort of thing, whereas the new one has not got as much information on as wide of a range of topics. Who cares about Midas stuff? Who cares about that? Well, it's not just Midas stuff. You got Plasma Flux. That's where you get the Plasma Flux. You get a few tier 7s, which I mean, you either get them from enchantments or you get them from Scorpius. So was it tier 7s? You get Big Brain. Big Brain's you can only get Big Brain from that, and Vicious. I think you can get Vicious from enchantments, but you can't get. I don't think you can get Big Brain from enchantments. So there's a few exclusive items to Scorpius. So you know, Scorpius, although it may be not the most favorite special mare nowadays, I guess maybe, I don't know. I still think Scorpius is quite a unique one. In fact, if anything, he's one that I think that fits more towards the game than Derpy and Jerry. I feel like Derpy and Jerry are just joke mares, and I feel like it's just because they had such a good starting special mare, and then they were like, oh shit, we need to make new special mares, so they just kind of were like, ah shit, fuck it, Derpy, Jerry, Jerpy, you know. They seem kind of like panic reactions to needing a special mare. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they added more special mares in the future that aren't, you know, kind of jokey mares. Because Scorpius doesn't seem like a jokey mare to me, but Derpy and Jerry are. Then again, it is a game at the end of the day, so who really cares if they're jokey-ish mares? But I don't know, man. I don't know. It is almost 7:30, so I gotta go to school. See you next stream. See you, Contra Receiver. See you, man. The only good thing he gives is plasma nucleus, and it's overpriced anyways. But you go, there's a bunch of different things, man. There's a bunch of different things. He doesn't give you any stat buffs or increase anything good. But he gives you good shit. He gives you, like... He gives you items that you would not be able to get otherwise. Like, not everything needs to increase stats, man. Not everything needs to increase stats. There can be other things that mayors can do, you know. And I think mayors shouldn't just be bound by increasing stats. They, you know, you could have a little bit more uniqueness in mayors and stuff. Scorpius does give hegemony. Exactly, man. He gives a bunch of unique items. And I think that's one cool thing about Scorpius. Like, if you didn't have Scorpius, you wouldn't have all these items from Scorpius, of course. He literally increases the money stat by a mil. Well, okay. I mean, I do take the free 1 million. It is quite nice. Do you have any tips for motivation for mining, Sad? Well, if you don't want to do it, then you're not going to want to do it. Ultimately, you can stop focusing on it if you don't like focusing on it. And, you know, you can do mining while focusing on something that you do like doing, like watching a bunch of YouTube videos. Well, that's just maybe me. I don't know. But, you know, I can, like, mine while watching a bunch of YouTube videos. That's always a fun one. Although, you know, you maybe not mining as efficiently because you're trying to watch a YouTube video while aiming at block. Kind of hard, but it's not the hardest either. It's, you know, it is what it is. But ultimately, it's not going to be exhilarating. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be like a it's not like mining isn't going to be a hype and exciting event, but, you know, kind of where is the hype and exciting bit of any part of Skyblock, really? You know, that's where you gotta think, I guess. Hold on a second. Biggest problem is that I have no skills to make money. Unfortunate, man. Do you have any... Oh, you read that. Big brain's worthless to you because you're already big brain. Thank you, Mr. Legend. Thank you, man. Duppy was invented because Minicloon had an idea of a mare that closed the auction house. Oh, really? I mean, I remember Minicloon was quite... Minicloon wanted Duppy to... He put, like, this is the face of a winner on, like, Reddit or something. That was a banger post on Reddit. That was a top tier post. Minicloon's actually been, like, on Reddit quite a lot recently. He's been, like, replying to a bunch of people, which I think is cool. I think that's always fun when the devs, like, interact with the community. Always a good time. I mean, they always interact with, you know, they interact with the community a lot, but, you know, when they're talking to people, it's always a good time. He made a video, lads. He made a video on the new Gabagool things and Blaze Slayer in general. I think Blaze Slayer will be quite fun. I'll definitely do a bit of Blaze Slayer when that comes out on main. And actually, I would do it on Alpha, but I don't think Alpha's up. I don't think Alpha is currently open right now, so I cannot do that. Hold on, what was I reading? 1 million is worth it, so I can get that in 5 minutes of mining. True. I don't know, man. Should we just... Scorpius's buff keeps up with inflation. He needs to increase that on like a 10% a year or something. Or is it 50% a year? What do you think Skyblock's year-on-year inflation rate is? I think it'd be quite high. Probably like... I think people were complaining or comparing it to like Venezuela's or something. Maybe I should get into watching stuff. What keeps you motivated to mine? Flex, money, enjoyment. I just kind of like mining, man. Just curious because you're insane. Mining is a good part of Skyblock, you know. I mean, a good part of Minecraft in general. Mining is a fun one, but it's also quite good, I think, in general in Skyblock. I think Skyblock is quite good when you do this. When you like focus a lot on one part of the game. When you focus a lot on one part of the game, it is quite fun because when you put a lot of time into a thing in skyblock, it kind of benefits you a lot more. It feeds back into itself a lot, especially with mining, because like with mining you can get a whole bunch of money if you put a lot of time into mining. And you know, obviously money is very helpful in just in general in skyblock. So if you put a lot of time into a specific thing in skyblock, maybe not everything, I guess, but I mean, if you put a lot of time into farming, you get a decent amount of money for the farming, right? Maybe not as much as mining, but even still a decent amount. But you put a lot of time into. There's not a lot of YouTube today. I'm just quite far back in reading the chat arc, and I'm trying to get through it all. I just whenever I talk a lot on a thing, I don't read a lot of chat, and then I'm quite delayed in responding to chat. It is what it is, man. There's not a lot of delay though. What was I talking about? Shit. Fuck. But essentially, yeah, you can if you focus on one thing in skyblock, then it can help you out in doing general things as well. It can give you a lot of money, and then you can use that money to buy into other things that can help you in other grinds if you want. So there you go. Mini's best admin, he do be one of the good ones. I don't know about like what admins are the bad admins though. Like, are there really any bad admins? I mean, all admins are good admins. More people working on skyblock, the better. More updates, more better. Fucking everyone should work on skyblock. Fuck it. I've got some coding experience. Let me just work on skyblock real quick. Let me just implement mining metas and that. I'll just implement all these mining features. Maybe not just mining metas, of course, but if I was working on skyblock, I would add in a bunch of mining features, lad. You'd get I'm just saying, man. I would add in tons of mining updates if I could work on skyblock. I would be your personal mining update generator, and those who enjoy mining, I'm sure you would enjoy the updates I would make. But there you go. Doesn't Mini Clune have cancer? I think he does. I think he also said he was getting chemotherapy, like Schultz said. But there you go. Hopefully he gets better and that. Did you see his video on his YouTube channel? I did, man. Very cool that he's made a video on his own update. That is kind of sick. I'm friends with Studio, who was stream sniped by Mini Clune, and the admin showed him a bunch of stuff. That's cool. I wished that would be so cool if like the admins took me aside and were like, "Hey, how are these mining features? Do you like these mining features?" Because they did that with refraction with dungeons, my guy. It'd be sick if like the admins, if they came to me and were like, "Hey, here's some mining stuff that we're working on. What do you think?" That would be so cool, man. I'd love that. Blaze Slayer's hard, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think I'm fine with that. I think it'd be cool if there was a Slayer in between the difficulty of like tier 5 Rev and I don't know. I think it'd be cool if there maybe not tier 5 Rev. I think it'd be cool if there was like a Slayer in like the difficulty progression between the first 3 and Enderman Slayer, because I think there's quite a big jump. Like, something just in between those, I think would be a good one to have. I think that's what people are. I don't know. I think that would be a good one, though. What are you mining right now? Overflow XP? Yes. Mr. Legend put a link to a YouTube video. I think that's probably to Mini Clune's video, is it? What's the link for, Mr. Legend? Yeah, I totally agree. I'm going to start going insane in mining. Maybe I'll stream it too. I mean, yeah, definitely, man. It's definitely a good idea to go very much into a specific thing in skyblock. I feel like that benefits people quite a lot. No bad admins, but Mini, Jaya, other known ones. Yeah, they're the more popular ones, of course. Yeah, those are the more well-known ones. Respect to all admins, all underappreciated. Well, I mean, the thing is, you can't really appreciate what they do without knowledge of what they do, of course. Like, you can't really appreciate them overly or underly without knowing what they do. So you kind of just know that they're an admin and know that they're working on skyblock. and you kind of just have to attribute anything that gets done in skyblock to anything that they might have done. And you don't know what admins work on what unless like they specifically say, like in the patch notes they'll say like, oh, admins helped out on this type of thing in the update or whatever and such. So respect to all the devs in that. Respect to all the devs. They do work quite well on the game. They do be doing the updates and that. I don't know. What can I say? And they're in skyblock. Can you give me something? No. I cannot give you anything. I'm sorry. You want to buy a builder's wand? To get a builder's wand, you want to have bits, and therefore you want to buy booster cookies, and there you want coins, and yeah, it's that's a little bit into skyblock maybe. It's quite a grindy game, my guy. You might want to do a bit of grinding. Even if I give you anything, realistically, you're gonna still have to grind for things. Like, I mean, grinding is just skyblock in general. Like, you're not gonna skip any grinding with being given anything, really. I mean, you are gonna skip grinding, but you skip grinding at one stage to grind at another stage, so it doesn't really make sense to just like get given things, really. Just curious why you mine the crystal hollows for mithril instead of the mines. Well, doing what I'm doing right now is better for mining XP, defected Ara. It's a 6-second video to a godly man speaking music. Speaking music? Man do be beatboxing or some bullshit. So you'll be back, see it, and calm. And calm? I don't know. I've grinded just coins, unbroken skills. I mean, what skills do you necessarily want to increase? I mean, if you're looking at me right now, I'm increasing my mining skill quite a lot. But I don't know, in terms of combat skill, I don't know how people grind combat. What do people do to What do people do to grind combat nowadays? I mean, revs were good to grind combat back in the day. Although, the thing is with revs, they cost money. I've heard floor 6 is good for combat XP. Dungeons is probably what you want to do if you increase combat XP. Foraging, obviously that's self-explanatory. You just do foraging. Ghosts and floor 6, yeah. What else? Fishing, you do fishing. I mean, it's very self-explanatory, man. You do the respective skill for what you want to increase. Ultimately, what skills do you want to increase? If you want to increase them all, then you do the skills. I don't know, man. It's very self-explanatory. You just kind of, I don't know. If you want money, then mining is pretty good. But if you don't like mining, then you can do farming. If you don't like farming, you can do combat. Combat, you get coins from that. I don't know, man. This is why I would suggest a guide. They would tell you all this and give a lot more detail on what you'd actually need to do. Like, I can't think of a lot of things off the top of my head for, like, I'm not necessarily a walking guide for skyblock. But I can guide you, I guess, to guides. I don't know. Makash, this is why you need mods. Oh, the want to become famous thing. It doesn't happen that often on Twitch, though. I do have mods on YouTube, and they get rid of a lot of the bots on YouTube. But the thing is with Twitch is I don't usually get a lot of cringe on Twitch. Get banned, bot. Haha, get fucked. Get fucked, bot. That bot has been destroyed. I have destroyed a bot. I am the Terminator, but like terminating bots instead of humans. I haven't actually watched the Terminator either. Like, in me saying that I haven't watched a lot of films, I have not watched I've not watched a lot of popular films. I feel like I should, really. I don't know, man. I've got way too many shit to like all the popular films. I haven't watched so many of them to where like it'd take a while. Maybe in my mining, I could watch all the films that I haven't watched, like Terminator. What other popular films are there that I haven't watched? Like, I haven't watched Avengers Endgame. I haven't watched Star Wars since I was like 6 or something. So I kind of want to watch Star Wars again. I think I should rewatch Star Wars because I haven't seen that in ages, man. I haven't watched that. I haven't watched Back to the Future. Also, hello, Swagcat. Welcome to mining. Grinded Ghosts 2. Oh, Ghouls 2, yes. He speaks Plant vs. Zombie victory music. Very cool, man. Very cool. I will go do some dungeon. Go get good at dungeon. Hell yeah, man. Very cool. How mining doing? How's progress? Well, progress is very well. Actually, Swagcat, I got my G-Drag to level 200 from all the mining XP that I got yesterday and the day before. I've been doing quite well in mining XP. As you can see, I'm at 1.928 billion overflow. Actually, 1.929 almost. I'm doing quite well in terms of a lot of things in skyblock. I gained like 100, maybe 200 mil in all the mining that I've done, which, considering the amount of time I put into mining, it's not a lot of money for the time that I've put in, but it's a lot of XP. And, you know, I'm doing this for XP anyway, so very good. What ranking? Oh, actually, I'm 4th in mining XP now, lads. I'm actually 4th. I'm actually gaming. But in terms of Mithril, I'm 203rd. Very cool. But nah, I'm 4th, lads. I'm 4th in mining XP. Did I show that off on stream before? I don't know if I did. But nah, I'm 4th now. Very cool. Harry Potter. I haven't watched Harry Potter in a good bit. But I have watched Harry Potter a lot more recently than Star Wars. I feel like last time I watched Harry Potter was probably around like... I was still a child, but you know, it was a lot more recent than Star Wars. And plus, I think I'd prefer Star Wars over Harry Potter, really. I don't know, I enjoy both of them, obviously, but Star Wars will be a fun one. I mean, Harry Potter is a British movie, right? You know, it's like a British book by J.K. Trolling. You know, J.K. Rowling. Star Wars, is that British? I don't know, man. I just thought, like, is Star Wars... I don't know. Anyway, all Star Wars is good Disney movies, could not stomach Marvel movies, equals all the same. Yeah. I don't know, I want to watch Star Wars again. I haven't watched it in ages, man. I haven't watched it in ages. I love science fiction. I like Star Wars, but I don't know... I wouldn't be so... I don't think I'd be as interested in Star Trek. Like, my dad watches a bunch of Star Trek. Or, you know, I've seen him watch a bunch of Star Trek on TV and all that sort of thing. But Star Trek doesn't interest me as much, really. Get on top 3. I'm actually quite close to top 3. Top 4, or 4th and 3rd were quite close together and not too far from where I was. But 2nd and 1st are a billion XP away. So to get to 2nd or 1st, it'd be quite a while, my guy. Quite a while. But 3rd is only like a few hundred. I think 3rd is either 100 or under 100 mil mining XP away. So 3rd shouldn't be too hard to get. And I think at 3rd, you know, at that point, it's going to be a long time until I would get 2nd. I don't think Hosh Lucas is increasing their XP anytime soon. I think they've kind of quit Skyblock, or at least they're not mining anymore. So 2nd is potentially there. But again, it's a billion XP away, so it'll take ages regardless. It's a billion XP to get from 3rd to 2nd, so, you know, it is what it is. I love science fiction, Ghostbusters a little bit. I haven't watched Ghostbusters either. I haven't watched Ghostbusters. The Dark Knight is good. I haven't seen that. I mean, of course I know what Batman is and all that sort of thing. I watched a lot of, like, I think the most amount of, like, Marvel things and Batman things I've seen are from when I was a young individual watching cartoons on fucking Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, and I don't know, like the Sky channels of like 601 to 60 something back in 2000 and whenever, when I was a child. Those were the things I watched on TV, and they're good shit, my guy. I watched some good shit on TV when I was younger. There was some banging shows on. Adventure Time, fucking Ed, Ed and Eddie, Chowder, Fanboy and Chum Chum, fucking there was Star Wars, there was a bunch of random anime shows, there was fucking Beyblades, Bakugan, fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! X, fucking shit tons of good shows. Disney XD and Cartoon Network. Yes, my guy. Yes, exactly. There were shit tons of good shows back when I was a kid, and hopefully they're still good now. Ben 10, of course. Fucking bangers back in the day. Bangers back in the day. I mean, obviously they're for kids, so nowadays probably not really be as I wouldn't probably be interested in as all of them, but there were still some bangers, my guy. Avatar and the Last Airbender as well. Avatar, good shit. People watch that even now. I watched that when I was 3, Lumfow. Did you watch Johnny Test? Of course, Johnny Test as well. Yes, yes, Johnny Test was there. That was a thing that I watched back in the day. All I remember is Ben 10, Power Rangers. Oh, there was yeah, horrible history. I didn't watch as much Power. I mean, Power Rangers is like, I think that's that's a little bit more of a younger audience as well. That's like, there's like in kids content, there's even stages in that as well. You got like fucking aiming of like 3 to 1 or whatever, which I feel like, I don't know. I think Power Rangers is a lot more younger than Adventure Time or Ben 10. Like there's ranges in the ranges there. Like there's ranges of things in the thing. But there you go. I grew up with Dora. Dora Explorer. Can you find I don't know. I'm sure there's a bunch of fucking shit posts about Dora Explorer. I mean, I feel like Dora Explorer is like a prime shit posting thing. Kind of like how SpongeBob is get memes. SpongeBob gets memed a lot as well. I did watch a lot of SpongeBob as well. Gravity Falls, yeah, Gravity Falls. Fucking bangers of shows, man. Fucking bangers of shows. Like obviously there's some bangers, but then there's like some, ones that you'd watch when you were like 2 years old, which are, that is just 2 years old kind of moment. Like Thomas the Tank Engine. Nah, man, that's way too damn young. That's way too old. Amelia, the social EXP NPC, is Dora skin. Oh. By the way, you're 162 million mining XP away from top 3. Hell yeah, man. Very cool. I'm also 70.5 million, or maybe 70.4 million away from just 2 billion overflow, my guy. I mean, I'm close to 2 bill overflow, which is quite cool. Tom and Jerry, yeah, Tom and Jerry were good as well. I mean, Tom and Jerry is just kind of a universal. That's a hella old one, and just like everyone fucking knows that one. Like, everyone pretty much knows SpongeBob. Yeah, everyone knows SpongeBob, but like Tom and Jerry, that's an old and established one, my guy. That's a fucking prime time cartoon. Watch the vid. I swear to God. It's 6 seconds. Guy beats Plant vs Zombies victory theme. Alright, fine. Oh wait, I can't hear it because my headphones don't be worky. Like these headphones, I can't hear out of them. I can only really use the mic on them. So I unfortunately cannot. I mean, I saw the meme, my guy. I saw the meme. Pink Panther. Yeah, there was a bit of Pink Panther as well. Wait, there was also a Mr. Bean animated as well. There was like an animated Mr. Bean show as well. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I did not watch that. I did not watch that one. I didn't watch was it Hannah Montana or something? I believe wait, was it Hannah, or was it a different one? Was it iCarly? It was. I think it was both of them really, but yeah, Hannah Montana or iCarly. I didn't watch them a lot. There was also another show. There was another show that I did watch though. It was like Twin Kings or something. Pair of Kings, that's what it is. I watched a pair of... That was a banging show, Pair of Kings. There was a bunch... Fuck it. There was good shit. That was good shit, my guy. It was good shit. Hey, oh, hello, I can't log into my V-Scythe Twitch. I see, man. Well, welcome, Lycrus. Also known as V-Scythe. But yeah. Back in my days. Exactly, man. This is a back in my day kind of moment. But I'm not doing the back in my days as in, you know, your shit bad, my shit good. Although your shit probably is bad. But no, I'm also happy about, you know, this isn't like, I feel like this is a different back in my days kind of shit. Because you know, obviously the back in my days of other individuals, such as like, they'll be going like back in my days of, oh, I used to fucking have a perilous journey on the way to school. I used to fucking climb Mount Everest every single day. Like, no, you fucking did. Well, I mean, maybe they did, but you know, this isn't that kind of back in my day. I'm reminiscing on the good times of that, of good shows, my guy. Fucking banger content that I watched when I was a child. It's different, I swear. I swear it's different. I gotta go for a sec, I'll be right back. See ya, Mr. Legend. I bought half unstable and forgot requirements exist now selling on auction house. What about, like, why don't you keep it until like you get the requirements? Or are the requirements too high to where you would get something better than unstable when you actually get the requirements? Or do you need money? Or like, you know, there's levels, my guy, there's levels. How are you not burnt out? I've mined almost an experience artifact. I'm getting tedious. Yeah, I don't get burnt out, my guy. But like, burning out is not a thing that I get. Like, I can lose interest on a thing, sure. But I mean, is that the same as burning out? I don't know. Like, the amount I do a thing doesn't necessarily influence my interest on that thing. I guess my interest on a thing... It's kind of the other way around. My interest on a thing influences how much I do it. But isn't that like the same thing, though? I don't know. Did you hear about the news in Kenya? Kenya suck on... no. What is the news in Kenya, man? And is this an elaborate DN? I feel like this is an elaborate DN, because Kenya does sound a lot like can you. I don't think there is any news in Kenya. I think you are just doing a DN, my guy. You're just doing a DN. I will not stand for this. You are just DNing me right now. You are just kind of Ligma at the moment. Acting like a Sigma with the Ligma with the Schmigma. I don't know. I think streaming really helps, and you have a pretty active chat too. Really helps what? I mean, you think like me... I'm confusion. You mean like streaming helps being interested in it? I don't think me streaming influences how much I would do this, really. Like, I wouldn't continue mining. Like, I'm mining for myself, not for streaming. Although, actually, it is an interesting thing. I probably wouldn't get as many people watching if I wasn't doing hypixel skyblock, right? Like, that's pretty much a guarantee. So, it is an interesting one there. I mean, not a guarantee, but it's an interesting one there. My man was mining far before streaming. Exactly, man. Exactly. I've been mining a long time still. He was doing Cobble Gen back in the day. I did start streaming on the Cobble Gen. I was going for mining 50 back in the day. Guys, I was going for mining 50. Mining 50. Back in the Cobble Gen. I was excited when I got mining 50. And now you get mining... Now I get mining 50 daily. I get mining 50 daily during coal. Well, I mean, I could if I, you know, had a Wednesday every day. My Wednesdays are nice, man. I get, like, I have no fucking lectures, so I can just vibe at home doing what I want. Did YouTube block my D's nuts response? I didn't see a D's nuts, so I think YouTube's just actually saved me right there. Kind of pogging, not gonna lie. Kenyan soldiers killed in Somalia, the shroud of secrecy. Oh, what? Have Kenyan soldiers actually just been killed in Somalia? Is Kenya even near Somalia? I feel like it isn't. I mean, then again, they don't necessarily need to be close to each other to have, you know, soldiers in their borders, maybe. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. This is not my area of expertise, necessarily. To not lose interest. Well, I mean, I'm not. My interest in what I'm doing right now is not dependent on streaming. Like, if I wasn't like yesterday I did a full day of mining. I think no, yesterday I did like almost a full day of uni, didn't I? Yeah. Um, but no, I mine quite a lot off stream as well. You know, streaming. I enjoy streaming a lot, but streaming is not why I mine. But why I mine on stream because I like mine. Anyway, but you get what I mean, right? Like, I don't mine for stream, but I stream mining because I do mining. Anyway, I've seen on the Discord you're #1 mining mithril. What Discord? Is this Sweet Booty's Discord? Is that? I don't know, man. What Discord says I'm #1 in mining mithril? I lost 114 KF. Rip, man. Rip. Do you have a tip for jade mining? I would suggest looking at local Sadman, or your local Sadman's channel. He is probably the best jade miner that I know of. 114k is nothing. That is true, my guy. That is true. Oh, I missed a lot of your chat. I mean, this is kind of what happens for If you message me in game, you have a less likely chance of being read than if you're in YouTube chat. Have I missed? Hold on. I had to walk uphill both ways, 1 foot. My other foot was starting a business. I wish to have 2x powder for commission. I've not been doing good with my commissions recently. I've kind of fucked them off because mining XP and that, but it is what it is. I looked up a good server that is not hypixel, only Windcraft is good. Everything else I tried is garbage, hyped by YouTubers. I don't know, man. You can tell when a YouTuber's promoting a server and when a YouTuber's playing on a server because they actually just like to play on that server. So, you know, if you can tell when that is the case, then you should be able to tell when a YouTuber is promoting something versus when they actually are having a good time on that thing. As a result, you go on that server. But in terms of Minecraft servers, I think not a lot of them put in as much effort into making something new as Hypixel. A lot of servers will just kind of have a sort of generic plugin, a generic skyblock sort of. Like if you go to a skyblock server, like just a classic skyblock server, maybe even a top 1 on server leaderboards, because there are like server things where you can promote your server or whatever, and you know, there's where like you can find servers or whatever, and a lot of them are very much so similar in a way. Like they'll use, or like they'll go about skyblock in a very what's the word? Similar way to each other. Fuck it, we'll say that. You know, everyone will have their island, and you use spawners to get money, and iron golem spawners as well. And there's a lot of servers where you can, a lot of servers will not have an automatic sell option. So what people will do is, because they're so rich, they'll make it so that you can buy iron from them, and then you can sell it for a profit. So that's how you can make that's how you can make money in the early game. And that also makes it so that the late game people can sell without having to sell their iron. So, you know, they are incredibly lazy and get money automatically, but you get profit. That's an interesting sort of thing that happens on some types of skyblock servers. But you know, Hypixel Skyblock is very different. Skyblock isn't really Skyblock. You know, Hypixel Skyblock is not really normal Skyblock, is it? It's more so an MMO that claims to be a Skyblock. or its name is a sky. Like the name of skyblock does not really represent what skyblock is very well. In all honesty, like you tell someone you play hypixel skyblock, and people with knowledge of skyblock servers, they'll think like, oh, he doing the skyblock, but he's actually playing basically Windcraft, or hypixel's version of a MMO type beat. I guess I don't know. Um, when I was younger, I thought if Scotland left the UK, it would be cut off. What do you mean cut off? You mean like they wouldn't get food or something, or like they wouldn't trade with the UK or the rest of the UK? I don't know. I mean, if Scotland left the UK, would it still be called the UK, or would it just be England and Northern Ireland or something? I mean, the UK would not be as united if Scotland wasn't in it. Hello, Kimmy Head. I like servers with chunk hoppers so I can build huge cactus farms. See, there's unfortunate problems with servers and building farms. Like, building farms is the fun part of vanilla, really. I really enjoy building farms, and that is a very fun part. However, it is very laggy, and you can minimize lag with farms. You can, but the problem is a lot of people will want to make their farms as big as possible because they'll want the most money on the server, etc., etc., etc. You'll want to have a big farm, you'll want to have good profits, etc., as I say. And it may not cause as much lag, but the thing is, the per person lag may not be too bad, but the collective lag will be quite an issue. And that is a problem, I think, with Minecraft, is that they don't optimize, or I don't think Mojang is really optimized for massively multiplayer Minecraft servers. Like I think they kind of, they'll certify it to about 30 or whatever. Or they'll expect a server to have 30 players, not like 2,000 or 1,000. And you can kind of see how that with 2b2t. Like 2b2t is kind of pushing the limits of what a singular Minecraft server can do. And they have to be a singular Minecraft server because they're using one map, and you can't necessarily have, like, it's difficult with 2b2t. It's difficult. I think if Minecraft wants to support a thing like 2b2t, where you can have one Minecraft server hosting thousands of people, and therefore you'll all be able to play on the same map, and I don't know, I think people have actually gone about this in a different way. Like, there's ways that apparently you can have a server handling a portion of a world. I don't know how the fuck they would do that. Like, how the fuck do you make it so that, a server handles a portion of a save, and that save be continuous across all the servers? How the fuck do you... I don't get how the fuck they do that. But, that's some shit that would be nice to talk to someone who does that about, but I don't know anyone who does that. So that is unfortunate. But, yeah, basically 2b2t is kind of, is capped at like 200-ish players or so, and would be lower if Minecraft's general performance, CPU-wise, not GPU-wise, not frame rate, more so calculations in the game, so like more based on the CPU, because that's where most of the calculations I feel are with Minecraft server-side wise. So yeah, basically 2b2t capped about fucking 200 players, and would go lower if the general performance of Minecraft goes lower. So you'll see like 2b2t has like 200-ish players, I think, nowadays, and they're on 1.12 still. If they want to go to 1.18 probably, I don't think it performs as well CPU wise as or like server side wise as well as 1.12 and things. So they have to lower the player count to make sure the TPS doesn't go too low to be unplayable or whatever, or just actually have that many people on at the same time. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they'd have to make some quite fundamental changes to Minecraft's underlying shit to be able to support a situation, or to support servers that are like 2b2t in that way. not necessarily the anarchistic part of 2b2t, just the general sort of fundamental thing of having a lot of players on one server playing together. But there you go. Do you still do commissions? Yes, and I will do commissions until I have maxed gemstone powder. What is 2 builders, 2 tools? It is a is the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft. Yes, that's a saying that Fit MC uses. Well, he's a big 2b2t YouTuber. Anyway, so I haven't played 2b2t in ages, and I haven't played 2b2t in ages. So it is what it is. But basically, 2b2t is an anarchy server. You kind of just, it's just a Minecraft server, really. But there are no rules. So basically, people will use hacked clients and cheats and all that sort of thing, and they do things. I don't know. They do all sorts of things. If you want to see the type of things that they do on 2b2t, I would suggest FitMC, because he goes on about what people actually do on 2b2t, like wage war, fucking create infrastructure, do a little trolling, fucking map art, obsidian art, structures, all these random fucking things people will do on 2b2t. FitMC has content on that, and also there's a rich history of what's happened on the server. 2b2t is quite an interesting thing. It is quite a good one. How about the servers just don't save? I feel like that's a bit of an issue. If the servers don't save, man, like you'd want stuff to be persistent, right? I don't know. It's also double the size since the build limit is extended, and also the bedrock is lower. Oh yeah, that's also true. The map size of 2b2t is going to be mad if they update to 1.19 or 18 or whatever. Because, yeah, the build limit changes. All the fucking generation as well, all the new generation under the world that will happen. Fuck, man. Fuck. 2b2t could be a bit fucked when they update. It's really unfortunate, because I feel like I really don't want 2b2t to stay on 1.12. I don't really play on 2b2t anyway, so I do kind of want to do a little bit of 2b2t in the future, not necessarily on the YouTube channel, but it's not like I'm going to stream 2b2t or do videos on it or anything, but I feel like I want to do. I did a little bit of 2b2t a while ago. I basically, I got to a few million blocks out and just kind of made a cave and got some basic armor or whatever, and then pretty much nothing else. But I do want to do some stuff on 2b2t. But yeah, and I really hope they don't just stay on 1.12 forever, though. That's the main thing. I really want 2b2t to be like the latest Minecraft update. That would be good. I think that'd be very good. I saw a huge amount of broken glass. I found a lot of used condom and cigarettes. I saw a homeless teenage mum with a baby. It was fucked up. Nice, Makash. What? What is this? Also, I tried walking home yesterday. I saw a lot of things. If that's around your house, man, that's quite concerning. I'm averagely selling ultimate whites for 170k to 175k. Interesting, man. Interesting. Today we are going to play on the oldest anarchy server in Minecraft. Today, guys, we're going to do the oldest anarchy server in We're going to do a little trolling on 2b2t.org. Oh, God. The fucking people on 2b2t memeing it as well, being like, 2b2t.org. 2b2t. Now, wait, there's a clip. Wait, hold on, there's a clip. Wait. Where's the clip where FitMC says like slave labor in Minecraft or whatever, and he blames ant venom for starting slave labor or something? Yeah, there we go, slave labor 2b2t. I can't hear this, by the way, because my headphones are broken, obviously. So.
Able to produce obsidian fast enough to get the wall done.
I can't even tell what he's saying.
So that's when
maybe what he's saying is bad and I shouldn't. I mean,
For the
I
first
don't know
time
whether it's what I
ever
want,
in 2B2T
but
history,
it's what I'm getting. I don't know how loud it
slave
is either, obviously, because I can't hear it. So, you know, that could have been deathly loud, or it could have been super fucking quiet, and nobody could have heard it. Could have been a bad idea. Alright, let's see.
Able to produce obsidian. Slave, there we go, slave labor, Minecraft or whatever. I think he blames Venom for starting slave labor or something.
Hold on, let me do the thing. Shit balls.
Nobody could. That could have been deathly loud or bad. I can't hear this, by the way, because my headphones are broken, obviously. So
able to produce obsidian fast enough to get the wall done.
I can't even tell what he's saying.
So that's when
maybe what he's saying is bad, and I should. I mean,
For the
I don't
time
know whether it's
ever
what I want,
in 2B2T
but it's
history,
what I'm getting. I don't know how loud it is either, obviously, because I can't hear it.
Okay, so it was a meme video where he doesn't say slave labor in the video. He just says, yeah, it just cuts off before he says slave labor. Damn. It's not even the full part. I bet there's a video on his channel where he just I bet in the fucking description there's like, oh, this clip is taken from this video where he says, you know, Ant Venom sponsored like slave labor. I don't know. Guaranteed this like video is gonna get, I mean, not that I get monetized anyway, but if I was monetized, then this video would not be monetized because of the amount of times that I've said slave labor. It just gets taken down. Like my video is just like, well, no, you said this phrase way too many times. You said this phrase way too many times, and now you cannot be existing on YouTube anymore. We have deleted you from existence. I'm sorry. It had to happen. Nice, Makash, not my house. Also, I was watching the stream, and then I just realized that I was talking over the fucking clip the whole bloody time. So that was great. You know, banned, yeah. Yeah. Toby Toti. What if you were saying slave labor is bad? Exactly, man. YouTube got no fucking, what's the word? Why have I forgotten the word? Distinction, there we go. YouTube's got no distinction between the good use, which is saying that it's bad, and then the bad use, which is saying that it's, that you're saying you're doing it. I mean, you know, there's one thing saying that you're stating your opinion, but there's another actually doing the thing. But it is what is. Is what is. I mean, hopefully YouTube does have a distinction there. But what if it's not even said in a context at all? What if it's just the word? What if you just say that phrase, but with no context, not saying it's good or bad? You literally just say the thing with no context. What does YouTube do at that point? Exactly. YouTube should do nothing. But if they do something about it, then, you know, it gets a little fucky. How long have I streamed for? 2.5 hours. Damn. I don't know why, but I don't know if it was the video that had it, but I've got the fucking Salmonella music in my head now. Well, no, it's more like the behind the meme music, I think. Did I use the same music? I don't know. I don't know, Salmonella was some good shit. Good content. But he has not uploaded in a long time. Although I'm very glad that primitive technology is back. I'm very glad. I'm excited. I'm excited for his next upload, even though he uploaded quite recently. Well, I mean, quite recently for him, of course, like probably a week or two ago now. So that'll be a fun one. I genuinely can't wait until he like, if he makes like an iron tool, this will be a really interesting one. Because if he makes like I think he's saying like he aims to make like a knife out of the iron that he's trying to smelt. If he if primitive technology makes like a tool, it'd be really interesting because like, will he not use it because he wants to make everything from scratch, like really scratch, like he wants to start everything from scratch, or is he going to allow himself to keep the knife that he made from scratch? Because I feel like you should. I feel like you should keep the knife you made from scratch. I really hope he doesn't go down the path of like, oh, it'd get too easy if I could. Like, nah, man, you put on all that time to make this knife. You better fucking use the knife, is what I'm saying. Because I think a knife would probably be the easiest thing for him to sort of forge the iron that he has been making into. Like, I think an axe head maybe might be a little hard, but a knife is small enough and sort of has a not hard enough shape, an easy enough shape to make, to where I think he could do it, right? I think he could do it with the thing he's done. But yeah, daily's done. Nice, man, nice. But yeah, I'm excited to hopefully see that like primitive technology makes like iron tools or steel tools or metal tools or in general. It'd be very, very cool. I think it'd be so cool. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I don't know. It would be a long time until he does that, though, I think. Polar bears like High Divine King's Guild. I'm going to respond. He says that a few times. He says hi, Makash. Nice. What is this primitive technology? It's a YouTube channel. It's a very good YouTube channel. He basically like makes things from scratch in the wild. So like he cuts down trees. He makes charcoal from like setting wood alight and then covering it in dirt, and then it makes charcoal because the lack of oxygen, but the heat of the thing turning the wood into more pure carbon and getting rid of like the moisture in the wood, I guess. And then it turns into charcoal basically. And then he makes like pottery out of clay he finds, and fucking, it's really interesting stuff. It's really interesting stuff. It's really satisfying to watch as well. It's really good content. Really good content. Oh, the horse is almost level 100. To think, by the way, I think I bought that horse today. I bought that horse today. And it's already level 95. I think I may have actually leveled up this I think I may have leveled up this horse from, I think I bought it at like level 11 or something, or level 17 maybe, I don't know. It was quite a low level. But I've leveled it up to 95 from just the XP from today. That is quite mad, and is through an XP share as well. An XP share from my silverfish. Not even like leveling up directly. If it was leveling up directly, it was probably level 100 by now. In fact, probably it was level 100 a while ago if it was directly, but it was mad. What bow should I be using on a powder ghast? Oh, that's a difficult one, because I feel like it used to be aiming used to help you a lot. Because I remember people would basically use a Runan's bow, because that was the bow that fired 3 things and had aiming. Because I think the Hurricane bow, or there was another, I think the spider bows were around back then and they didn't have aiming, but they shot 5 times. Essentially, if the Runan's bow still has its aiming thing against the ghasts, use that. Else, use a Terminator if you have a Terminator, although you probably won't. I guess an artisanal short bow or a Juju bow would probably be good as well. But you basically just want to hit it with, I mean, you can only use a bow against it, obviously, so you want to have a bow that can hit it as many times as possible. Like, you gotta think dragons, but no damage at all. Like, you don't even consider damage, you just need to consider hits. So, you know, very high ferocity, very high attack speed, and lots of arrows as well. So either... Actually, no, Juju would fire faster than a Runan's bow, even if Runan's bow fires 3. Although you don't need a lot of... You don't need to pull it back with Runan's bow if you're close enough, actually. Like, if you're close enough to the powder gas, you can sort of, like, just spam your Runan's bow. And then, you know, people will get close to it by either aspect of the ending to it, and then using, what was it, spider boots, tarantula boots, or whatever, to stay in the vicinity of it so they can arrow it to death. Basically, you want to get as many arrow hits on it as possible, because, yeah. Because more level, more XP it takes to level up, you know. Yes, that is true, that is true. Level 95 to 100 is going to be still quite a lot of XP, but 17 to 95 is over half of... I'd say it's probably like 60, maybe 70% of the way to 100. Probably more like 60, I don't know. But 95 is quite high to get a legendary pet that is combat as well, right? A combat pet from mining. Mining is mad, you know. Mining is so mad for XP. Did you see Fortnite removed building? I have heard about that, Schult. I have heard about that. Fortnite has removed housing. Fortnite players are now all homeless. Very sad. Very sad. Alright. How much mining XP have I actually gained this stream? I've been streaming for roughly 2.5 hours, and I started this stream on 19187, and I'm now at 19324. So I've gained roughly 14 million mining XP this stream, right? I think I've gained 14 million XP this stream. Oh, I'm just going to do 18 to 32 because my maths is... So, was it 32 minus 18? That is 14, yeah, okay. I have done the maths correctly then. So I've gained about 14 million XP in 2.5 hours. That is kind of mad, you know. That is quite mad. I think I'll probably end stream now, though. Just because of things. I'm going to end stream. I'm obviously going to continue mining. But I will end stream now. But thank you guys for watching the stream. If you liked it, remember to like the stream. Remember to subscribe. I'm tempted to like stream again today, by the way. Like maybe after I've had my dinner. Like I'm not having my dinner now because it's like 3:28. I'll have my dinner like 6 or whatever. I'm tempted to stream again today. Do you guys want me to stream again today? I'm like, yeah, like in a few hours I'll stream again. Very tempted. I don't know. I might do that. But I will go for now. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and all that good shit. And I'll see you in the next stream. Goodbye. Goodbye. Alright, see ya. Actually, for the for whether I'll stream again today, I'll do a community poll on the channel, by the way. I'll do a community poll on the channel. Go vote there if you want me to stream again today.